Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Thank you so much for taking the time. Huge congratulations on this absolutely stunning film. Maybe for people who haven't seen The Wanderers yet, though, you could give us a brief introduction. In your own words, what can they expect?
The movie is inspired by Josephine Japy, a real life story. It's based on the life of a disabled little sister called Bertie, who is played by Sarah. And so it's it's a movie about this family fighting to find a diagnosis for this disabled kid. And it's a movie about what you're willing to sacrifice for love, I guess.
And not only Josephine's first time behind the camera, but also a story so personal to her based on her own experiences with her family, with her sister. When you read that script, what really appealed to you and why did this feel like a special project to be part of?
It felt like, even though it spoke about like a really personal story, obviously, I felt like I could relate to a lot of things that all these emotions you go through when you're 17 and you're wondering like what you're going to do next year, who you're going to date, what's going to happen with your family, and especially with her sister. Even if I didn't went through the same things, I relate to the fact that she's so sensitive, and I love the script, and for me it was obvious I wanted to do it.
For you, Sarah, playing Bertille, not quite an intimidating challenge maybe in some ways. What was your approach? Where did you begin with your research? I guess Josephine was a great resource, first and foremost.
C'était pas spécialement impressionnant dans la mesure où... Enfin, c'était particulier de recevoir un script sans aucun dialogue, quoi. C'était que des didascalies. Mais tout de suite, quand on a fait les essais avec Joséphine, elle m'a dit que bon, c'était très libre, quoi. Elle m'a dit bon, ça c'est écrit, mais tu fais un peu comme tu sens. Donc j'ai tout de suite été très libre de trouver ma façon de le faire, et on a beaucoup procédé par exercice, quoi. Avec Angelina aussi, on a beaucoup fait des exercices où juste on faisait des trucs du quotidien, quoi. Genre elle me mettait des chaussures, enfin des trucs que je peux pas faire dans le film, quoi. Donc c'était plus s'habituer dans les corps, quoi, à coexister de cette façon.
It's such a wonderful dynamic between all four of you as a family, and it feels very naturalistic. What was it like working alongside Melanie and Pierre-Yves as your parents? And I guess, did you have a lot of time to rehearse, perhaps, to kind of have that shorthand with each other?
Actually, we really didn't have any time to rehearse before. We got along so well with Sarah on set, obviously. And since we were sisters, it was good, And for the parents, I guess it was quite natural. Like we didn't spend so much time with them, but on set it was just easy. And with the help of Josephine, who was like born to do this, she was really precise and generous and giving us the place to really do anything and freely. You know what I mean? Even if it wasn't really what was written at first. Yeah, it was really easy to find this dynamic. I guess it was natural.
And in terms of, the fact that there is such sort of like raw realism of these sort of everyday struggles that they have to face, but then very much mixed in with these really joyful moments, like, the opening scene of the water fight, for example. So what were maybe some of your favorite moments, but on the flip side, some of the most difficult moments on set?
I mean, it was quite physical movie to do for someone who is not so sporty. There was a lot of full day of bike, going in the water, and it was so cold. Like it was freezing. We had to go in pool, in the sea, and everything. It was really hard. I think the hardest day was on the boat. When I meet with Thomas, it was there was a storm going on, and we were literally in the middle of the ocean. Yeah, there was a storm going on, literally called Kirk, I think. Storm Kirk. So it was raining. The boat was like this. Everyone was falling on the ground and hurting themselves, and we had to jump from the boat in the sea, like in the full day. And I remember going down of the boat and thinking, like, people don't realize how hard it is to shoot a scene like this. It looks like we're having fun and everything, but it was really hard. And I think the thing I loved shooting the most, the pizzeria, like when we were having dinner, it was really fun. And there's a few scenes that were cut, but we had so much fun. And we were, tu te rappelles with the white shirt you had? It's not in the movie, but we had a lot of fun.
And did you have a favorite scene, or on the flip side, one that you found hardest?
La plus difficile, je pense que c'était... J'hésite entre la crise, qui est un moment assez éprouvant du film, et le deuxième jour, parce qu'on a filmé genre la scène de fin le deuxième jour, ce qui était intense. Enfin, on a fait toute la partie qu'on fait à la plage dans le film le deuxième jour. Donc c'était vraiment une énorme journée, et puis filmer la fin, au début, c'est toujours un peu... faut se projeter, quoi.
Ouais.
Donc c'était particulier.
Qu'est-ce qu'on a rigolé là, l'épicière.
Ah putain, ouais. Oui. Non, bah quand j'ouvre le frigo et que, tout est sans dessus dessous. Bon, je sais pas si on peut spoiler le film ou pas.
Ouais, bah si, tu peux.
Mais enfin voilà, il y a un moment où il y a de la bouffe partout et tout. Et Angelina débarque, elle se lève et elle me trouve assise dans de la mangue, des céréales, enfin vraiment des trucs improbables. Et je sais pas ce que tu veux dire.
C'est vraiment l'épicière et t'as eu un fou rire. Ce qui est impossible pour Bertie, tu vois.
C'était compliqué.
C'est impossible de continuer comme ça.
And in terms of the takeaways from the film, and I guess particularly through the lens of the relationship between the sisters, there's this sort of very nuanced kind of message there, which is there's unconditional love, but there's also struggle. And, you know, when Marion keeps being asked, what are you doing after graduation? She doesn't know how to both be there for her sister, but also kind of carve out her own path. So what do you hope that people will take away from watching the film, and particularly her journey and the sisters' journey together?
I think, I don't want to spoil the movie, but I think the movie is really about learning to live with it and trying to have a normal life, because it's possible, you know. At the end, she let her go, and I think the movie is really about this. It's about letting go and accepting that it's going to be like this, but it can be happy too, you know, not only a struggle.
Bah, je sais pas ce que j'aimerais que les gens gardent. Enfin, j'espère qu'il en restera quelque chose, quoi.
Ouais.
Mais justement, je pense que ce qui est intéressant, c'est que chacun en garde. Tout le monde, ouais, c'est ça. Tout le monde y trouvera quelque chose qui lui parle de complètement différent. Il y en a un, ce sera l'histoire des sœurs, l'autre, ce sera l'histoire avec le mec. C'est ouvert, c'est ça qui est chouette.
Well, thank you so much for sharing all that with me. Huge congratulations on the film. Really enjoyed presenting it here in Cannes. Thanks so much. Merci beaucoup.